So for the longest while, I wanted to try and fry a turkey. I've had it smoked and I've had it cooked in the oven, but never fried. Well, in this special episode of Millennial Meals, I learned the hard way how not to fry a turkey. No burns or fires occurred during the making of this video. Let's get frying. So for ingredients, we're going to have about 3 to 4 gallons of peanut oil. We're going to want to have a turkey. We're going to have 1 pound of butter. Now this is optional, but you can get some seasoned butter, kind of like some of those Tony Cachera stuff. But in this case, what I did was I had some Creole seasoning and I just mixed that with my butter. For equipment, you're going to have an injector, a thermometer, a knife, a propane tank, a fryer, a funnel, and then finally, a filter. This episode will break from the norm by showing how sometimes the cooking journey doesn't always work out like we hope. But let's start at the beginning. When it comes to selecting your turkey, you'll want a bird that isn't so big that it won't fit inside your pot. In this instance, I had about 2 10-pound turkeys. If you buy frozen turkeys, you can ice them before the day of your cook, which is what I did as I hit hiccups along the way. Before you cook, be sure to let your turkey thaw out if it's frozen. The rule is about a day for each 4 to 5 pounds. Once the bird is thawed out, put it on your pan. Next, you'll cut off any excess fat from the turkey. Once that's done, grab your butter, throw it in a medium-sized bowl, and microwave it till it's a liquid. For 1 pound of butter, it's usually about 1.5 minutes in the microwave, but you may have to grab a fork to work out any clumps. Now grab the injector. Draw up the butter and inject into the turkey. You'll want to hit a couple of different points in the bird, usually the breast, the legs, and even the wings. You'll notice that these sections begin to swell up. With the bird injected, place it on the stand with the rod going through both ends of the turkey. Place the turkey in your pot and fill it with water till it's about a couple inches below the end of the legs, those little end points. Remove the turkey and mark where the water level is now. This is important as this will be where we will fill our pot with the peanut oil. So you can use a measuring stick, score the pot with a marker, or you can opt to using a thermometer as a way of measuring the level. Dump the water and wipe any water left over so that our pot will be dry when we put it on the grill. With your grill outside, be sure that you're on a level surface away from a building, so no indoor or garage cooking. We want to minimize the chances of a serious fire wherever possible. Place your pot on the grill and fill it with peanut oil to the fill line that you made earlier when you did the water step. Before grilling, be sure the connections are secure and are free of leaks. Open the valve on the propane tank and, if applicable, open the valve to your grill as well. Light your grill and be sure not to have your hands too close to reduce the risk of a burn. The temperature that we want our oil at is about 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Be sure to have someone monitor it while it reaches that right temp. So no one should be leaving the pot at all. Someone should always be watching this because we got an open flame here. When the oil reaches the right temperature, we'll want to turn off our grill, so no open flames. Then we're going to grab the turkey. Slowly lower your turkey into the pot. If it looks like it will boil over, pull the turkey out. Don't risk it. Once the turkey is in, you'll want to relight the grill and cook for about 3 to 4 minutes per pound. For my cook, I did 3.5 minutes. The temperature will drop a bit at first, but we'll get back to the right level soon after. Be sure to monitor the temperature so that it doesn't get too hot. Some people put a lid on top, but for this cook, I wanted to keep the lid off to reduce the chances of a boil over and to keep a closer eye on the oil. Once you hit the allotted time for your cook, turn off the grill and slowly pull the turkey out to probe the thickest parts of the breast, the innermost spot on the thigh, and then the innermost spot on the wing. If the internal temperatures are looking good, have a pan ready with some paper towels. Then slowly pull the turkey out and let it hang for a moment. After letting most of the oil drip out, place your turkey on the pan. Now we let the turkey sit for about 30 minutes before we dig in. Now that we're at the end of our cook, now there comes a question of what do we do with our oil? Well, there's several options available to you. You can get rid of it by seeing what's available in your local community and who can take it. But I wouldn't suggest that, as you can still use that peanut oil for other fried foods. Just be sure to let the oil cool down, as it will stay hot for many hours after turning the burners off. I let my oil sit overnight, and because there wasn't going to be any rainstorms or anything like that, so it was going to be safe. There wasn't going to be any water getting into there. But like I said, when I let it cool down, then it was pretty easy to transfer the oil contents after. Now to cover what all went wrong with this cook for a Millennial Meals first fail episode. So this cook was strewn with various issues, but I'm here to give you a lowdown so you can learn from my mishaps. One of the first things was the grill itself. The grill was probably over 15 years old, which meant the connection from the cooker would not go to the propane tank. After going to multiple stores trying to get the right connector, it turned out to be something as simple as removing the grill connection piece and then replacing it with this propane adapter that I was able to find off Amazon. The next issue I hit was maintaining the temperature consistently. So the issue wasn't if I could get to 350, it was if I could keep it there. More often than not, my oil temperature would reach around 400 degrees and it was hard trying to bring that temperature back down without my fire going out. This caused both of my turkeys to get overcooked. There were still places that were edible, but overall, it was too done for my liking. So that's one big one, get a grill that you can easily maintain those temperatures. The next issue came with straining the oil. So finding the right funnel was difficult as many locations near me didn't have the funnel that I needed, or it was like they're 100 miles away. Eventually, I got this one from Cabela's, unaware that I would need the fabric filters as well. So what came after was straining the oil. I wanted to strain the oil about 2 times. This is because there are some crumbs and other particulates that fall off into the oil and I didn't want that back in the jug. So I drained the oil through a mason jar, then poured that jar through a paper filter back into the jug. Well, I can tell y'all, after several hours of trying different, makeshift filters, such as napkins, paper towels, and tissues, they're absolutely horribly slow and not good for filtering oil. Initially, I did it because I didn't want to have to get another deal, like buy another thing, but I quickly realized that I had to get the fabric filters, and when I did, it made the process much smoother. After filtering all that oil, now I can use that oil in some future dishes such as fried chicken, some french fries, or anything under the sun. Overall, I did enjoy trying to make fried turkey for the first time, as I learned a lot about the cooking process and some other stuff I had no idea about. I'll definitely attempt to fry a turkey again in the future, but without burning it. One of the things I have to reiterate again is that when it comes to cooking, you have to be sure that you're safe with not only with how you prepare your food, but how you're cooking it too. And when it comes to frying a turkey, since we're dealing with an open flame, there's a lot more issues that can happen. And you can look up turkey fail videos online of seeing people where they're basically setting their lawn on fire. So when it comes to frying your turkey, be as safe as possible, practice good diligence, or be diligent in not trying to set your yard on fire or your house on fire. With that said, thank you for joining me on this Millennial Meals first fail, and I hope you all have a fantastic new year with growth, success, and many great times. Y'all stay safe, and have a good one.